How you doing, everybody? Paul here from Flying Colors Painting, and this is episode number 17 of In the Trenches. And this is a podcast I put together for business owners, uh, for business owners, by business owners, and just our trials and tribulations of everyday life as an entrepreneur. So I haven't been on this podcast for, geez, I think the last podcast I did was the beginning of March. So it's been about almost 4 months. It's July the 3rd today. About 3 weeks into summer. And I can tell you this year in the contracting field, and this just isn't me speaking with my paint rep and a lot of other construction people that I know. Really slow season this year. It's kind of a weird year. Let's see some stuff that's gone on. One of my main lead sources is HomeStars. HomeStars changed their formula, and back in, I think it was about the middle of March or 1st of April. And the way they set things up now is everybody can reply to a potential contract that's out there. So if a client comes in and says, "Yeah, I need my house painted," they can shortlist anybody who's seeked some interest in this job. So what I was finding was I'm up against 9 or 8 other painting contractors, and the money, and it's costing me $90 to bid to be one of these 9, and when somebody is requesting that many quotes, they're strictly going off a price, and I have no way to stand out. It just, I ended up dropping them. I dropped them at the beginning of March 15th. May 15th. And, I rely a lot on repeat clients. I've been in business for, this is my 14th season. A lot of repeat clients call me every 3 or 4 years. I've got some yearly people that come, some CCC, Condo Corporation people that I do maintenance for in the spring. I've got a couple of contractors that use me for gas stations and Starbucks and that sort of thing, and that's a repeat thing that I don't need to market for. As well, I have property managers, 3 of them right now that use me on a regular basis. So that kind of floats me to some degree. But yeah, getting back to the season being a little slow. Yeah, that my paint rep has said, their sales are probably at least 40 to 50% lower than they should be. I think people are, this whole Donald Trump thing, I'm not blaming him, but he's stirring up a bunch of stuff. I'm used to it by now. Yeah, tariffs, sure. Take the tariff on, take the tariff off. We're gonna re-tariff. We're gonna put on this digital tax. It's just a negotiation tactic that he's throwing out all these numbers, and then somebody gives a little bit, he takes off whatever tariffs are there. It's just a stupid game, but it's freaking people out. So there's uncertainty about the state of our economy, and it's hurting everybody. I can just imagine what a wine producer out of California, without Canada importing all that wine, they're losing millions and millions and millions of dollars, just because we got a crybaby as a fucking president of the United States. So anyway, we got 3.5 more years of that. And but as time goes on, listen, he's only been in since February or January. It hasn't even been 6 months yet. So everybody's getting old. These tactics, and I'm hoping that that's going to open up, and when people start realizing this. So that, and just the cost of living that's high right now as well too. My clients that I deal with are, they're middle class people. I don't deal with the low end penny pinching tire kicker sort of people. Like all my contracts are, if somebody's painting a main level or a house, it's going to be 8 to 10 grand, period. And if they don't want that, if that's not what they're looking for, if they're looking for cheaper, then hey, that's great. Hopefully they can do as good a job for what your expectation is. But somebody who's shopping on money is never a good thing. What else is going on right now? With this lower demand in the painting field, and as well on a personal side, I've had to make a lot of changes with my business. I've stepped back. All my profit margins are exactly where I need them right now. However, I'm dealing with, I have dealt with an issue with CRA. I owed them a lot of money, and I've come to a settlement with them, and it's reasonable. It's stretched out over 6 years, but as a result of that, I've had to close my corporation, and I've started a sole proprietorship painting business. And when that transition occurred, first of all, it was a huge financial relief off of I was stressed out like you wouldn't believe. March and April were a very getting all the numbers and getting everything sorted out, and negotiation, going into all this. Stress levels were really high, and I've had to make some really big changes to my business. So I've cut back on everything that is costing me money. My overhead is back to where it was when I was maybe 4 years into business. So I've got a scaled down marketing budget. I've got I had a pretty big diamond storage that I had all my stuff at. That was costing me $800 a month. I've since downsized to another one that's $225 a month, and it holds everything that I need. I sold all these access ladders and drop cloths and some stuff that I was just keeping there. I have a couple of employees that I laid off. They occasionally help me now, but I've started using them as a subcontractor basis. I have other subs that I'm starting to use as well too. But for the last 10 days, I haven't done anything. I've built a super huge deck on the back of my house, which I completed about a week ago, and I'm gonna put a link at the bottom of this description on YouTube here. And if you want to check that out, I've got some really cool time lapsed, of me ripping up the old one. I burned all the old deck. I was able to save some of the joists, but they were way out of whack. So they were not level. Everything was like spaced out way too far. So I put in a bunch of new framing, and then a really nice fancy railing. I expanded the deck, and I put these awesome cool blue lights all the way around the perimeter of this deck. So at night it looks fantastic. When I finished staining it, it was like, okay, it was a sense of completion that I get when I finish a painting job. We work hard for 4 or 5 days, and at the very end, we get to walk through and say, "Hey, look what we did." That's what I've always liked about contracting, is that there's a definite expiry date not expiry date, but an end date when the first few days suck. It's usually demo day. We're doing ceilings and doing all the trim around. Nothing looks like it's really making too much progress. Painting is quite good in that respect because I like to get people in and out of their bedrooms first. So the bedrooms are always something that I don't like to keep people out of. Obviously, they need to sleep somewhere. So we'll go in. This one job that we're starting tomorrow, we'll go in, but it's vacant. So we'll do all the ceilings first. Then we'll start doing all the trim, and then we'll start cutting and rolling and completing all these rooms as we go. Bing, 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 bing. And we're probably going to be in there for 4 days or so. But when people are in an occupied house, bedrooms first, bing, bang, done. With a lot of hard work now, this construction thing in my backyard was one of these things that, I needed to do this in order to clear my head, because being in business and being in such heavy debt, where 10% of interest charge on a debt that's like 200K, the amount of money that I'm putting towards that debt every month is hardly touching any of the principal. And trying to get debt relief, and CRA is very stingy about you're not going to get any kind of breaks from there. So to have that all dealt with, and I'm finally now breathing a sigh of relief. And being not very busy for the last probably 45 days, it's time to get back to business. And I did set out a couple of ads on Facebook today, which are pretty cool little clips. They're only 12 seconds long, but I've boosted them, so they're going to go to the audience that I picked all around Ottawa. And we'll see if there's anybody that's interested in getting some painting work that way. And that's only costing me maybe a couple $100 for about 4 days worth of advertising on 3 different ads. So we'll see how all that goes. And I'm putting out the rest of my signs. I have about probably 70 signs. I've put out about 40 of them so far. I've got 30 left. I'm setting up a job tomorrow, so I'll be setting that up, getting my guys going, organizing all the paint, and then I'll leave from there and put out some signs in Ottawa as well too. And I've got these stickers for the intersections, which if there's a stop sign or a red light, my sticker's going to be there that has Flying Colors painting on it in bright yellow, and that will draw some work in as well too. So having a chance to really look at all my finances, what I don't need, and eliminating it, and getting back to basics, keeping my overhead as low as possible. I'm blessed to have some money tucked away from some gas station work that I did in February. So I finally got paid for all that, and that's sitting in the bank right now too. So that's nice to have that cushion. And we need that as entrepreneurs, to have that safe feeling. And you know what? I put it out to the universe this weekend. Just, my guys haven't worked in a little while. Can you possibly see your way to letting my phone ring so that I can put some food on my guy's table? And, I had done a couple of quotes, and they both came in. I've got a couple of other quotes out there now as well, too. And things start rolling when you ask for it from the universe. It's weird the way that works. The universe helps those who help themselves. So I know that me putting out signs and me putting out little stickers and starting to communicate by email to all these different property managers and real estate agents, and asking, hey, do you got any work? We're looking for work. We're a great company. And, and getting on the phone and actually speaking with people and generating some more buzz is something that I'm now concentrating on. I'm in a good state of mind. I've got a nice deck that I can sit in a hot tub and I have my relaxation time and I have that oasis to do things on my relaxation. So we need to have that as entrepreneurs. We need an area or a space or walking or having a dog that you can go walk and just be by ourselves and to breathe. Because if we're working and we're stressing out, especially over finances, it puts a lot of pressure, you know. I am 59 years old. I'll be 60 in November. And I'm starting to think to myself, you know, about maybe an exit strategy and, you know, pulling back, evaluating which, you know, and being able to pick what jobs I want. And here's the X amount of money to be that in revenue that I need to produce to create, you know, a decent living. You know, I don't have kids. I don't have anybody to leave this business to yet. You know, I have nephews, I have nieces. I haven't even really thought about that as far as like, you know, could I take somebody on? Could I take somebody to be a general manager of this business and just let it run the way that I train them to run and then just step right back and, you know, just let the business run? I would love to be able to do that. However, you need a higher revenue for that because there's several more salaries that need to get paid. I am the salesperson. I am the production manager. You know, I am the bookkeeper. I am all these different things. I'm the marketing guy. I could train a general manager to do some of that stuff, but I could train him actually to be the production manager, to be a sales guy, and then I'd need to offer him, you know, a good chunk of money. So it is possible to train my way into stepping back. So I've got 5 years to do that. So that's where my brain is right now. How can I've pushed the reset button now. So now I am back, you know, my revenues this year so far are about half of what they were last year. And last year really sucked. You know, I think I did about 330 last year. And by this time last year, I think I was around 200, and I just cracked 100K this year so far. And however, like I said, I've scaled back. I've been doing a lot of the work myself. I've been trying to participate in the contracts that I did have. I would throw a day or two in myself so that I could get more money, you know, and not speed along my guys, but help out, set the pace for where we needed to be in time-wise to finish these projects that I've quoted at X amount of dollars, and you know, half of that's got to be labor and material. So, and that's all working out wonderfully. You know, I set the expectation, and it ends up getting done. So, aside from that, really, I'm just nose to the grindstone. I'm in a whole new headspace, and I'm gonna keep on doing these podcasts because it helps to have real life situations where here's the situation I was in, this is what I did, and here's where I am now. We need to see that progress, you know, because if we're not moving forward, you know, we're dying. You know, a rolling stone doesn't carry any moss. So I mean, somebody who's just stuck in a way of thinking or in that mode is just going to be stuck. They will hit a ceiling and they won't be able to get past it. And I think that's why a lot of guys will just quit. You know, they just say fuck it, and they're done. So this is Paul. and this has been In the Trenches, and I am in the trenches with everybody who's watching this, and anybody who's starting up or thinks that it's easy to run a business. It really isn't, but it is if you're open to listening to how other people do things. That's what I had to do because I don't have those answers. I had no clue how to be an entrepreneur. Never did it before. I didn't run anything. I didn't know how to do books. What do I look like an accountant to you? I'm a pretty good bookkeeper now. I just know to keep track of everything that comes in, and I write it. I put it all in my computer, and it spits out my invoices. It goes against my invoices. I make sure that my banking is all checked out. But I had to learn that. I had to learn it by going on to YouTube and being humble and listening and writing it down. It's almost like I went to fucking university again to learn all this stuff because I want to be as efficient as I can be with everything. So yeah, signing off. We'll see you. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Paul, In the Trenches, Flying Colors Painting, and check out the link of my deck down below. Thanks, guys.